Good evening, everybody, and welcome to GlenOak High School, the home of the GlenOak Golden Eagles. Tonight, big Federal League rematch, big Federal League showdown tonight between the GlenOak Golden Eagles and the visiting Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Everybody, Sam Bourquin joined by my partner tonight, not Lee Foster. It's the big fella, the CEO, T.J. Downing, former GlenOak Golden Eagle great on the gridiron. I don't know about the basketball floor, but
a little bit,
little action. Play a little bit here and there. We got a great game coming up here tonight. First time around, it was all GlenOak in the fourth quarter at the Fieldhouse as they took care of the Bulldogs. The rubber match tonight as we begin round-robin play here in the Federal League. JV game, McKinley wins it by a couple as they were able to hold on. They had a 12-point lead with about a minute and a half to go. It got a little hairy here at the end, but the Bulldogs were able to hold on. McKinley, GlenOak getting ready tonight. We're going to have the starting lineup, so we'll have the playing and the singing of our national anthem, and we'll get this baby tipped off. Tonight's game brought to you by the Eagles FOE 190 in downtown Massillon, and also presented by Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company. Also brought to you in part by Leathernecks MC, the Sam Center at Save 22 Vet, Spirit of Stark, CH Vallos and Associates, Lindseys Pizza, McNeill and Sons Tree Service, and finally here at Ohio.com. This is the Stark Media pregame show. Sammy B and TJD. Big fella, welcome courtside. We should have a good one here tonight. Rematches are always fun, especially when the road team won the first one and they come back home. Can they hold full serve tonight?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I love what GlenOak's been able to do. You know, they roared out fast, man. The Golden Eagles were soaring when they went out 9-0 on the start of the season.
And then we showed up and jinxed them over here against Jackson.
Sure did, man. I'll tell you what, it seemed as though most people had them picked to finish last. So it's good to see what they've been able to do thus far. Now, you know, for the McKinley Bulldogs, most people will say there's a bunch of football players out here on this basketball team. But you know what? They have a bunch of athletes. They got some dudes, some scrappers, and they've stayed in the mix. You know, this is going to be a hard-fought basketball game. I'm interested to see what both coaches roll out onto the floor. Love what Coach Andy V does and what Coach Rick Harrison does.
And let's pause for our national anthem. Nice job by the young lady from GlenOak getting ready for tonight's game between the Golden Eagles and the Bulldogs. Don't forget, Friday night we will be at Green High School as the Green Bulldogs take on the visiting Lake Blue Streaks. That'll be on 99.7 FM and, of course, the free iHeart Radio app. Hard to believe we are more than halfway through the regular season. Was just talking a couple of nights ago to some, I guess I would call some Stark County basketball fans that are interested at a very high level. And we broke it down, I think, less than about 3 weeks. They'll be drawing for the tournament. That to me is just absolutely incredible. Bulldogs being introduced to the crowd here. The Golden Eagles will be introduced coming up shortly. Let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by the Sam Center in Massillon. Serving area military, they provide over 6,000 pounds of free food every first and third Fridays of the month to veteran families in need. To get involved and give back, go to servingmilitary.org. For the Bulldogs tonight, it is going to be Jaleel Graham, Dante McClellan, Trayshawn Foster, Jasis Moody, and Reed Sims Jr. Pups will go 5'11", 6'3", 6'2", 6'2", 6'3". For the GlenOak Gold Eagles of head coach Rick Hairston. First up is Jakor Lipkins. He comes in at about 15.5 a game. Ben Davis checks in, number 1. Kenny Scott also starting tonight for the Eagles. He's at about 5.3 a game. 24, Bryce Broom also getting the start as usual at about 9 points a game. And the big man in the middle, Reese Zerger, at about 14.1 points per game. He's also their best free throw shooter at 84% from the charity stripe. So the cheerleading squads will exit off to the left and right respectively. The Bulldogs in the black tonight. Black jerseys, black shorts, white numbers and letters trimmed in the red with the red piping over the shoulders and the bottom of the shorts. For the Gold Eagles tonight, they're in the traditional home whites, white jerseys, white shorts, green numbers and letters with the gold trim. The eagle on the sides of the shorts and green and gold stripes diagonally on the shorts as well. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing just about ready to go here at GlenOak. Not quite a full house, but a pretty good crowd here on this Tuesday night.
Partner, as we look here, Federal League standings as of today: Jackson 6-2, GlenOak 5-2, Lake 5-3, Green 4-3, McKinley at the 5 spot 4-4, Hoover 3-5, and Perry 0-8.
And with that, we are underway from GlenOak. Sit back and enjoy this one on the Stark Media YouTube channel here on this Tuesday night. Eagles get the tap. They'll go right to left of the opening quarter of play as we come to you courtside. Inside, Kenny Scott, little floater, back of the rim too hard, and rebound ripped out of there by McClellan. Here come the Bulldogs in transition. McClellan coast to coast, puts it off the glass rim too hard. Volleyballed up in the air, and it goes into the hands of Lipkins. Jacoy will bring it across the timeline to Davis. Ben on the baseline. Hands it off to Bryce Broom. Bryce, one of the better assist leaders in the area. Also a very good outside shot. And he's still a young buck. Where's that green 24 in the back of his jersey? Lipkins little shake and bake on the left elbow. Stop and pop from 15. Hit the nothing. And a rebound picked off by the Bulldogs. Here comes Reed Sims Jr. across the timeline. Coach Vlakovic already in shouting instructions to his club here, just to the left of us as we come to you courtside here in Plain Township tonight. A lot of the whispers going around the gymnasium tonight. You can hear the kids talking. Oh, we don't have school tomorrow. Shot goes up and good, and the Bulldogs have taken the lead for the first time as Jaleel Graham pops it in from about 4 feet away. Zerger at the other end, no. Second one is up and good. Reese with his first two. We're tied at 2, 6.5 to go in the opening quarter of play. Yeah, supposed to get some weather here, starting around 3, 4 o'clock this morning. So
I thought we already got that this week.
Yeah, it's another batch is coming our way. This one could be a little bigger. So the kids are hoping for a day off tomorrow. We'll see what happens. Pumps with the ball as they go right to left. Shot top of the key by Sims, in and out, no good from 3-ball range. Picked off by Broom. Bryce coming across the timeline between the circles to the right wing. Just getting cranked up here at GlenOak. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. We are tied at 2. Eagles and Bulldogs on the Stark Media YouTube channel. Davis spins out of trouble, out on top to Zerger. Reese right side to Ben Davis. Goes around to Zerger screen. Ben from 3, way off the mark. Sails out of bounds, back to the Bulldogs. So 5:48 in the first quarter. McKinley and GlenOak are tied at 2. Eagles won the first round over at the Fieldhouse in a game that was hotly contested until the fourth quarter, and GlenOak just ran away with it. They went on some insane run of like 17 or 19-2 in the fourth quarter to put the Bulldogs away at the Fieldhouse. McKinley now with the basketball. That is Foster, gets it out on top. Little right side 15-footer put up by Moody, no, and a rebound picked off by Davis. Here come the Golden Eagles now. Lipkins across the timeline to the left wing. Jacoy steps back, shoots the 3, hit the rim, hit the glass, hit the rim, no, and a loose ball foul is called. I think this is going to be on McKinley, and I think it might be on McClellan. Nope, they're going to get Jaleel Graham. So Jaleel picks up his first foul, 5:18 in the first quarter, 2-2 tie. Lake Green, Friday night at 7:30. 99.7 FM on the free iHeart Radio app. Tonight, YouTube channel for you. Sam and TJ courtside here at the home of the Golden Eagles on this Tuesday night. That's Bryce Broom on the big GO logo at the middle of the court. Now Lipkin's on the left wing. Oh, is that a charge? Yep, it is. Ran over Moody. Moody may have assisted with a little bit of a, I won't call it an acting job, but he sold that one to the officials, and the ball goes back to GlenOak.
Well, you know, Ja'Cory Lipkin's a physical player. You see his stature. He's been our Hilscher-Clarke electric player of the game a few times here. You could tell when he comes to the rack, he's going hard.
So the Pups with the ball now, 4:50 in the first quarter of play. A little reverse shot up, no good by Graham, and the rebound picked off by Zerger. Reese in the backcourt, fumbled the ball away, picks it up, gets it ahead to Scott, and he'll bring it across. Scott on the right wing. Scott going all the way down the baseline. Whistle, foul. Foul is on the Bulldogs. That's going to be on Trayshawn Foster. So the Pups have picked up a couple of quick fouls here. 4:38 in the first quarter, and we're still tied at 2. This is going to be one of those shot by Scott. Roll off the rim, no good, but a foul. This one's going to be on Reed Sims Jr. The Pups have picked up 3 fouls here in the first 4 minutes or so. This GlenOak team will be playing Hoover on Friday. Bulldogs coming off of a nice road win for them last Friday as they beat Lake. Kind of a weird game. The tempo, very low scoring. But that was a big win for the Pups on the road against a very good Lake Blue Streak team, especially when you got to go up to their house. 3-2 our score here. McKinley trailing the Golden Eagles by 1. That's Jaleel Graham. I don't know if that scoreboard's right.
Yeah, they just shot a couple errors up there. So.
Yep. I almost threw myself off there.
I'm looking
at my paper, looking at the score and saying, wait a minute, that's not right. So McKinley trails 3-2, under 4 to go in the first quarter of play. Inside, shot by Moody, no. Now Foster gets it left of the lane, scoops it up on the glass rim, no. Scott comes out of there with a rebound. Here comes Lipkins, coast to coast, got bumped, and another foul on McKinley. My goodness. McClellan with the personal foul. It's the 4th on the Bulldogs. We still have 3:46 to go in the first quarter of play.
Sam, through this season, have you been surprised with this GlenOak Gold Eagles basketball team, how these young sophomores have really kind of imposed their will out on the court?
Yeah, well, when we were here, when they were undefeated, I think they were 8-0 or 9-0 against Jackson, and they had a rough night. Ball goes into the backcourt. Lipkins goes back and gets it. But I don't think it was because they were young. Maybe they weren't quite ready for that 9-0 stage against Jackson. But I thought the sophomore kids really acquitted themselves very well. And they're getting better every game, every practice, every trip up and down the floor. Broom for 3 in the corner, in and out, no good. McElroy swooping in for the rebound, lost it, and it goes out of bounds. They're going to say off of McKinley. It'll stay with the Golden Eagles.
I think that's a good call, too. Number 2 got in there for McKinley and punched it right out of the hands of the young man who just came into the ball game, Jalen McElroy.
Got a reversal.
Boy.
Quick replay check, and the ball's going to go to the Bulldogs.
I think that was Coach Andy V right in that ear.
Coach Flock working it. He'll be in a lather by the end of the night. 3:15 to go in the first quarter. 3-2. Yikes. GlenOak by 1. Bulldogs with the ball. Jaleel Graham around a screen. Jaleel tried to make a move. Steps into an 18-footer. Back of the rim. Hung up on the phalange and fell off. And the rebound picked off by Lipkins. He'll bring it across the timeline to Broom. Fumble it. Gets it back. Bryce foul line extended. Steps back into a 17-footer. The rim. No rebound. Picked off by McKinley. Coach Flock says go. Other end of the floor. Reed Sims. Long 3. That one's good. So Reed Sims from downtown. And it's a 5-3 lead game with 2:36 to go in the first quarter. And the Golden Eagles uncharacteristically call a timeout. You know, Rick, he hangs on to those timeouts. But he takes one there with 2:36 to go. And a message from our sponsors.
Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company with locations all over Ohio. Their corporate office at 519 4th Street Northwest in downtown Canton. They have been a local electrical contractor with more than 100 years of experience in the industrial, commercial, residential, and specialty markets. With offices throughout Ohio, they have the capability to handle out-of-state work as well. They're one of the rare electrical contractors that perform a range of services from testing and data to design and engineering, functions typically handled by subcontractors. At their core, Hilscher-Clarke lives to do first things first: faith, integrity, respect, selfless, and team. These core values aren't just words, they define who they are and how they conduct themselves every day. Make sure to stop out and check out Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company. Call them at 452-9806 or visit them at www.hilscher-clarke.com.
Here comes Bryce Truman at the paint, hooks the pass down low, and an offensive foul is called as Moody stepped in, took the charge, and the ball is going to go back to McKinley. 2:25 to go in the first quarter. 5-3 in favor of the Canton McKinley Bulldogs. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing courtside here at the home of the Golden Eagles. Hilscher-Clarke, great people, great business, great supporters. They were a very proud sponsor of the Stark County Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremonies over the weekend up at Prestwick Country Club.
Phenomenal class.
Yep. There's Foster on the right wing. McClellan now into the paint, dips, flips from four, is up and good. So McClellan with his first 2 points of the night. And it's a 7-3 McKinley lead, $1:50 in the opening quarter of play. Stick around for the Finally Here Ohio.com halftime show coming up at the conclusion of our first 2 quarters of play. Eagles with the ball down low, turning, shooting, up a little 4-footer, in and out, no good by Hill. Rebound picked off by the Pups at the other end of the floor. McClellan goes inside, or Trayshawn Foster rather. Appeared to maybe get tied up.
Good call by the official.
Johnson will come in for the Eagles. Reese Zerger will sit down. Dayon Robinson, number 12, his first appearance of the night. Robinson about 2.4 points a ball game on this season. Ball on the court. And it goes out of bounds with a 1:27 to go. Williams checks in for the Bulldogs. Antonio wearing number 13, his first action for Coach V tonight. And he's got the ball deep on the left wing as we come up on a minute 22. And we got a traveling violation on the Bulldogs. It goes back to the Golden Eagles. 7-3 Bulldogs over GlenOak by 4. 1:21 of the first quarter of play here on the Stark Media YouTube channel. Good to be with you on this Tuesday night and all season long. This is your Tuesday night home for the greatest in high school basketball here in Stark County. Eagles with the ball now. Lipkin's on the right side. That is Hill. Hill dribbles, picks it up, gets it back out on top to Lipkin. So a reset with a minute to go. Lipkins will now step into a 17-footer short. Rebound picked off by the Bulldogs. In transition, Moody, line, lane, scoop, score, and a foul. Moody with his first 2. He'll look for 3 at the line.
Yeah, you can tell that this McKinley Bulldogs basketball team, they know the athleticism that they have. So when you get the opportunity, they're going fast. They're moving it right down the court. And I'll tell you what, for Jacius Moody, he's a guy that I think Coach Andy has kind of leaned on here when, as I kind of talked about in the open, a lot of people feel that this McKinley basketball team is made up of a bunch of guys that played football, that are trying to transition to the court. You don't have one of those Kobe type of guys or a Raymar type of guy.
Not many of those walking around.
Those are very special, but there's been plenty of them that have walked the hallways over there at Canton City Schools.
Moody line right to try to complete the three-point play. Lets it fly, nothing but net. So Jacius Moody's got 3, the conventional three-point play. And the Pups are out to a 7-point lead now. 10-3 with 48 seconds to go in the quarter. Broom way out on top. Bryce, line, lane. Switches hands while he's dribbling to McElroy. Goes right down the paint, put it off the glass, no. Rebound McKinley. They really are playing hard right now. Pups in transition at the other end of the floor with 33 seconds to go in the quarter. Down low, easy basket for Moody and a foul to go with it. Second consecutive down floor. Moody is going to try to complete a three-point play.
Boy, that was a hell of a pass by Dante McClellan.
Sure was.
He fired that thing in there, and I'll tell you what, a lot of buzz over there coming from Antonio Hall and his football team. Dante McClellan has had a lot of suitors that have been rolling through the hallways looking at him for a potential football scholarship here in a few years.
Imagine what he'll be like when he's senior and taking that next step. Moody with the conventional three-point play. Pups out by 10, 13-3, 22 seconds to go in the quarter. Here comes Bryce Broom across the timeline. Bryce to the top of the key. 15 seconds to go in the quarter. GlenOak with the ball, but they're down 10, 13-3. Bulldogs extending that man-to-man defense. Williams almost poked the ball away. Scott into the corner for three. No. Scott got his own rebound, put it up at the buzzer. Good. And that's the end of the first quarter of play. Very good quarter for the Bulldogs. The score after one is McKinley 13 and GlenOak 5.
The Eagles FOE 190, located in downtown Massillon at 303 Wyrick Boulevard Northwest, wants you to stop down and see them. Go down there and sign up for a membership for $20 and get initiated, and for $22 a year, be a part of a fraternity that donates over $100,000 a year to local charities. Charities like the Boys and Girls Club of Massillon, the Hall of Fame, Heritage Christian School, the Jackson Football Association, and the Jackson Sideliners. Also, the Toys for Tots program, they are a huge part of that and everything that they do for the police and fire. Make sure you stop down and see the Eagles at 303 Wyrick Boulevard Northwest in downtown Massillon. You can visit their website at eagles190.com or stop down and see them again. Call them at 330-832-7385. But if you're stopping down, they're open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Sunday. Great food and drink specials and a banquet room, a facility that can seat up to 400 people. So when you're looking for that next place to host your event, your stop and shop, your vendor, or your party, go down and see the Eagles FOE 190.
Getting pretty good at those live reads.
Not bad, partner.
Right down to the final second. The true pro.
Learn from the best.
That is the OG 72. Down low, Reese, little pop from four is up and good. Beautiful dime as well by Lipkins and Reese Zerger with his fourth point. And now GlenOak slapping a little pressure on as the Pumps bring it up across the timeline. Just getting cranked up here, second quarter, 13-7. Bulldogs with the basketball and a 6-point lead here at GlenOak. 4 fouls on each side now. Weldon's got it, foul line extended. Gets it off on the left wing to Williams. Now back to Sims, triple, way outside, and he nailed it. Yikes. Reed Sims Jr. He fired that thing in from about 28 feet away, and it was pure. 16-7 Bulldogs. Under 7 here in the first half of play. Driving into the paint, little baby hook shot, put up no good. That was by Hill. And the Bulldogs with the rebound. Sims, another triple. That was a little bit strong. Rebound picked up by Reese Zerger. Ball in the corner. Lipkins has it. He's in a little bit of a pickle. Gets it over to McElroy, and he'll bring it across. 6.5 to go. Second quarter. 16-7 McKinley. Lipkins with the ball between the circles. On the left wing to Scott. Kenny working on Jaleel Graham. Jaleel steps into his defensive stance. Grant goes down inside, and he gets tied up, but he foul.
We're going to call that travel.
You're going to call that a walk? Yep. It's going to go back to the Bulldogs. Ben Davis in, and he will replace Bryson Hill. 6:20 to go here in the first half of play. 16-7 in favor of Canton McKinley, looking for their 5th Federal League win. Eagles trying to pick up Federal League win number 6 on the year.
Score update for you, partner. 20-20. Green Hoover knotted up at the half.
Oh, wow. Right on pace for that Federal League 40. Down low, Foster. Trey Sean muscles it up and in with the left hand and scores. So Trey Sean with his first 2, and the Pups back up by double digits again. It's an 11-point McKinley lead. 18-7 Bulldogs, 5:45 in the first half of play. That is Scott between the circles. Looks over to Coach Hairston to get the play call. Eagles started incredibly fast this year, 9-0. Ran into a little bit of a couple of hiccups lately, although they did have a very nice win at Green a couple of weeks ago. We had that one for you as Davis Pops one in from about 15 feet away on the wing for his first 2 points of the night. 18-9 now. McKinley, Weldon, left wing. Now Williams with the basketball for the Bulldogs. Williams working on Lipkins, gets it out on top. Ball poked away by Scott, but picked up by Jaleel. Graham, foul line extended, swooping down the lane, forgot the basketball. Here comes Ben Davis for GlenOak, and he'll bring it across the timeline. Davis to the foul line. Lane scoops and missed it. Rebound. Weldon pulls down the rebound for McKinley. They're grabbing at him in the backcourt. Weldon gets it out of there. Here comes Jaleel Graham across the timeline. Jaleel into the corner. Looking for the play by Coach V. And with 4:40 to go in the second quarter, the Pups will set up the offense now at the other end of the floor. 18-9 McKinley, 4:35 in the first half of play. Weldon on the right wing against Zerger. Weldon throws it down low to Reed Sims Jr. Easy basket for Sims. He's got 8. Another nice assist by the Bulldogs. 20-9 McKinley.
Well, you think they got a little leftover taste in their mouth from that first matchup?
I'm telling you, man, it keeps coming into my mind every time they go up and down the floor. And I know McKinley was not happy about what happened at the field house. Scott throws up a long three. The bank is open. Kenny Scott way out there on the left wing drains it off the window and through the net. 20-12 Bulldogs.
That was big. They needed that.
Halfway through the first half of play here at GlenOak. Eagles down by 8. Bulldogs with the ball. Weldon at the top of the three-point line. Weldon looks. Better do something with it. Couple of dribbles, throws it into the corner to Jaleel Graham. Graham behind the three-point arc, makes his move on Davis. Goes inside, hangs in the air, got a pass off at the top of Keto. Weldon shoots the three right there. So Weldon from downtown. Connor Weldon, 6'2", knocks in the three. Here comes Moody. Here comes McClellan for the Bulldogs. And we've got a timeout on the floor taken by the Bulldogs.
Another score update for you, partner. 26-21 at the half. The Jackson Polar Bears leading the Lake Blue Streaks. And as we get closer here to the FinallyHereOhio.com halftime show, we want to remind you, Chris McCready's and his team have over 30 years of experience at Finally Hear Ohio. And if you or someone you know struggles with hearing, go to their website at FinallyHearOhio.com and get a free hearing evaluation. You can call them at 492-1212, or you can stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest in Canton and tell them the Stark Media team sent you. Also, I know everybody will be a little bit hungry after the ball game, and all week long, whether it's game day, whether it's the weekend, whatever you're doing, make sure when you get that craving, got to call our boy John Lindsay over at Lindseys Pizza. They're located inside the Hillsdale Shopping Center at 2827 Whipple Avenue, right here in Canton. Call them at 330-477-3800 or order online at lindsayspizza.com. They're open till 11 p.m. Pizza, chicken, subs, salads, and calzones. The Strombolis, not as good as mine, partner, but, you know.
Shots fired.
It's all right. John Lindsay's all right going number 2 to me, man. But they are the preferred post-game pizza of the Stark Media team and the perfect game day food.
Holy smokes. Killing the calzone. Well, I could go for a
all Stromboli here, partner.
I could go for a Lindseys breakfast pizza right now. That's how I roll it, 8 o'clock at night. 3:07 to go in the first half. 23-12, McKinley up by 11. Eagles with the ball. Lipkins around a Zerger screen. Right side to Scott. Kenny in the foul line. Cradles it, throws it out to Reese for 3. Back to the rim, no. Rebound picked off by Williams. Here come the Pups. Foster gliding into the paint, and he glided so well, he got called for traveling.
Well, you look down there to the right, that's a heck of a lineup for you, isn't it? Joe Bogdan, Darren Maley, Scott Garcia. That's the crew down there. That's the power group.
The plain power tree. I saw Brett May earlier tonight walking around. He'll be making the big call tomorrow morning, maybe, on the snow. 3-ball glass and nothing else, and the Bulldogs with a rebound scampering to the other end of the floor. 2 minutes and 25 seconds to go in the first half. McKinley's been in control pretty much all night long. They lead 23-12. They led 13-5 after the first quarter of play. Final score, Louisville 91, Marlington 51. That's the final.
Wow.
Leopards continue to play well. McClellan got a bucket at the other end. He's got 4 to make it 25-12. And a foul in front of us down here going to be called. And that's going to be on McClellan.
Broom's going to go to the line. I'll tell you what, partner, before we got started here today, I took a little trip to the restroom and ran into a couple Brooms in there. My guy Bo Broom, and I'll tell you what, that entire family, man, they've contributed athletically here to playing local here for the GlenOak Golden Eagles for a long, long time.
And Bryce on cue is at the free throw line. 25-13. McKinley by 12. Bryce, that free throw is up, and it is good. So Bryce Broom on the night has 3 points. Other end of the floor, Moody lays it up on the glass rim. No. Volleyball up in the air. Scott had it, lost it. Got a tie up and a possession there, and we'll keep it with the Pups.
It was a heck of an effort by Reed Sims Jr. getting in there and forcing that tie up.
Reed Sims, where's number 30? Top of the key, Jaleel off the screen. Puts it up on the rim. No, banged off the glass. Who's got it? Who wants it? Who's going to get it? Bryce Broom. Here come the Eagles. Bryce in transition goes inside. Blocked from behind by Graham. Zerger put it up on the rim. No good, but he got fouled. $1:37 to go in the first half. A lot of action there. 25-14 is the score. McKinley by 11. Speaking of Reed Sims Jr. wearing that number 30, his dad Reed, I remember, if I'm correct, wore the big 5-0 when he was playing hoops here for the Golden Eagles back in the day. So Reese Zerger at the free throw line for the Golden Eagles. Reese, 84% at the free throw line of the year. That's pretty good. 25-14, McKinley by 11. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing with you tonight here on the Stark Media YouTube channel. Of course, we're always presented by the Eagles FOE 190 in downtown Massillon as Zerger rolls the free throw in. And the Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company, also proud sponsors of our Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company player of the game. So Reese trying to get them both. Second one, round and round, falls off. 1:35 to go in the first half. 10-point lead for the Bulldogs. 25-15 here at GlenOak. Jaleel Graham across the timeline. Gets it off to Williams, picked up by Scott. Now Sims, guarded by Davis. I mean, real close. Moody deep on the right wing. Davis hands it off out on top to Foster. Trayshawn with 1:13 to go in the first half. Pounds the ball into the floor against Lipkins. Foster gets it back out on top to Williams. Williams, you can hear the coaches, be patient, as we're coming up on 1 minute to go. Williams now, foul line extended, almost lost the ball. He did lose it. Bodies are all over the floor. Looks like a Melbourne rugby scrum down under. And here comes Bryce Broom with the ball for the Eagles. Across the timeline to Scott. Scott on the left wing. Kenny baseline, lost the ball. Here come the Bulldogs in transition. Other end of the floor, ball poked away by Davis and out of bounds. 40 seconds to go in the first half. 25-15, McKinley by 10. Bulldogs to inbound the basketball. Underneath the basket to our right. 6 fouls on the Pups, 4 on the Golden Eagles. Again, 40 seconds to go in the first half. McKinley with the ball. 35-34, clock continues. And they may play for one here. That's Jaleel Graham with the basketball way out on top, guarded by Bryce Broom. Right side to Williams. Bulldogs with the ball, nursing that clock, 18 seconds to go. 25-15 McKinley. Now to the top of the key is Foster. They got the ball into his hands. Trayshawn with 10. Hands it off to Graham. Jaleel walked with the ball, and it goes back to GlenOak. Wanted to make a move to the hoop, and traveling is called. It goes back to the Eagles with 8.1 seconds to go.
With the way this first half has gone, Sam, I'll tell you what, these would be huge points if the Golden Eagles can put a bucket in, whether it's a 2, whether it's a 3, whether you get to the line, however you do it. The way you've kind of trailed and come out here slow, trailing 10 points right now, if you could get a bucket here before the end of this first half, that would be huge.
5 seconds to go. Lipkins top of the key for 3. Shot it, no rebound. Zerger had it, lost it. Weldon got the loose ball, and that is the end of the first half of play here at GlenOak. Again tonight, points have been tough to come by, especially for GlenOak. 2 quarters in the books. It is Kent McKinley 25 and GlenOak 15. As we get ready to roll into the finallyhereohio.com halftime show. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing courtside here at GlenOak, and the Bulldogs by 10.
Remember, the battle for veterans continues even after they've returned home from war, fighting PTSD, health battles, suicidal thoughts, and more. Every day, 22 veterans commit suicide in this great nation of ours, losing their battle against their demons. And guys like Tom Indorf, founder of Save 22, Tim Arnold, Padre, David Cunningham, and all of the Leathernecks Nation MC, and our friends Dave and Brian Bowman, along with Lucia at the Sam Center, are standing up for their fellow soldiers. Save 22 Veterans, founded in Carrollton, serves as a resource for veterans, first responders, and those in need alike, focusing on veteran suicide prevention and awareness locally and beyond. Save 22, a veteran-run organization, offers a number of veteran therapy programs, from professional racing, fishing, camping, and outdoor adventures, or a shoulder to lean on, an ear to listen. For more information, visit their website at save22.vet or follow Save 22 on social media by searching Save 22-Veterans. We also want to talk about a couple of our other sponsors here before we take a break and come back with some numbers here on the finallyhereohio.com halftime show. Our friends over at Vallos and Associates, they have been a mainstay, a staple in the North Canton community for over 75 years. They're located at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Call them at 330-494-2776 for all your home, auto, life, and financial service needs. Remember, if you haven't got a quote, one thing you do not want to do, a lot of people, Sam, they kind of go years with the same insurance, not getting it requoted, not paying attention to it, thinking that everything is all good, and they've come to find out when they get that next free quote that they've been we'll just say they've been gouged. You got to go over and see our friends, Vallos and Associates. They will take care of you. They'll quote you. They will save you money on your home, auto, and life insurance. Go over and see them at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton. Call them at 494-2776. Tell Chris or Jimmy that the Stark Media team sent you. Our friends over at McNeill & Sons Tree Service. They're located in the Portage Lakes. They are fast, reliable, and affordable. They'll leave your property in better shape than it was before. Don't let those trees that are out of reach get too close to your home and auto, and then you're going to have to call Vallos and Associates. Contact them, the professionals at McNeill & Sons, and ask for Tom at 330-606-1126. Get a free quote from them, and they'll consult you on your tree health and help your property maintain its integrity. Remember, our friends over at Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company, one of our title sponsors here, alongside the Eagles FOE 190. Hilscher-Clarke, the sponsor and presenter of our electric player of the game. They have locations all over Ohio. Their corporate office in downtown Canton is at 519 4th Street Northwest. You can call them at 452-9806 or visit their website at hilscher-clarke.com. That's HILSCHER-CLARKE.com. Hilscher-Clarke, a local electrical contractor with more than 100 years of experience in the industrial, commercial, and residential markets. They have offices throughout Ohio, but they have the capability of handling anything outside of the state, in-state. They can do it all. If you have your residential property that has needs electrically that need to be fixed and taken care of, call our friends at Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company, 452-9806. They live to do first things first. That's faith, integrity, respect, selfless, and team. Those are core values that they live by every day. Check out our friends at Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company, and also our friends at the Eagles FOE number 190. All right, how about this, partner? You know, this is a group that donates over $100,000 a year to charities. You look at St. Joseph's Church in Massillon. They work with the Stark County Hunger Task Force. They contribute a lot to different programs such as the Massillon School District, your Tiger Clubs, your athletic seats, your Tiger Shark Swim program. There's nothing that these guys will not do for the people in their community. Toys for Tots, the Golden Key, and you know what? Our friends, the Compassionate Friends, Inc., they donate to them. So make sure to give back and go over and see our friends at the Eagles FOE 190 right there at 303 Wyrick Boulevard Northwest in downtown Massillon. You can call them at 832-7385 or visit their website at eagles190.com. Okay, there's also something on that website that you should check out, a great thing that they do. It's the Jimmy Kiefer Scholarship Fund. Go over to eagles190.com, check in on the Kiefer Scholarship Fund, and be a part of a fraternity that donates over $100,000 a year to local charities. Sign up for a small fee, get great food and drink prices. Go in there. If you're looking for a place to host your next event, they can accommodate up to 400 people. So check out the Eagles, FOE 190. And again, as we get rolling here into our finallyhereohio.com halftime show, always, if you have anybody out there that you know struggles with hearing, go to finallyhereohio.com and get a free hearing evaluation. Stop down and see Chris McCready's. Him and his team have over 30 years of experience. 492-1212 is the number to contact them, or stop down and see them at 1201 30th Street Northwest in Canton. Tell them the Stark Media team sent you.
Well, I don't want to be the old guy on the porch. I have no idea what we're watching here with this halftime entertainment. I have no idea what this is.
It's a dance group, Arthur.
But if you want to, okay.
Feels feels very Cavs-like, right?
Well, if you want to see it, it's up on Twitter. Go check it out. At Sam Bourquin 16, tagged with at Stark Media team, so you can all enjoy what is going on here at halftime here.
How about, hey, talk about Twitter. Just hit 2,000 followers. Want to shout out everybody that follows, shares, likes, everything that we do on social media. But shout out to the 2,000th follower.
Very good.
For us over there on Twitter. And
we're growing.
A lot of big things coming down the line here. Got our website, starkmediateam.com, launching this February for our 1-year anniversary, man. It's exciting times right now.
Good stuff coming your way. Check us out on all the social media platforms. Hashtag at Stark Media Team. On Twitter at Stark Media Team. Instagram at Stark Media Team. We've got the Stark Media Facebook page. And, of course, where you've got us right now, the Stark Media YouTube channel. Halftime activities continue here at GlenOak. It is McKinley 25 and the GlenOak Golden Eagles 15. I'm going to turn to Josh. Any idea what we just watched there? Yeah. I'm not getting anything from Josh. He's just smiling.
Come on, Josh.
He's just.
Post that picture and have an accurate description.
Oh, my goodness. McKinley Bulldogs back out on the floor. Eagles will soon follow. Don't forget, Friday night on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app will be up at Green as Mark Kinsley and the Green Bulldogs will host Tommy McBride and the Lake Blue Streaks. That's this Friday at 7:30. Join us on 99.7 FM and the free iHeartRadio app. Also, some big, well, I shouldn't say some, but possibly some big news tomorrow coming out of the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the USFL partner.
Yes.
Quite possibly, if I read that correctly, a USFL team coming to Canton and playing at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. So looking forward to the big press conference tomorrow at the Hall of Fame. Not sure exactly what time it is, but it's supposed to happen sometime tomorrow. So that would be a very nice coup for the city of Canton and for football fans. And I thought the first year, well, the second go around with the first year of the USFL, and I thought that things went very well. And I think the championship game at Tom Benson last year, if you watched it in person or if you watched it at home on Fox, I thought really showcased how well everything was done on a first-class level. And hey, if it is a good product and it's done the right way, people will support football. You can't be some namby-pamby, half-hearted. People can see through that stuff. But if you're going to do it right, and the USFL, from what I've seen, this second time around is doing it right, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah, no doubt. I'll tell you what, we loved what the USFL was able to do this past year. And, not to not to talk about a potential competitor, but the XFL, they're coming back. And we got a chance to hear a great message from Erica Mulliman, who is, she's kind of running things over there as vice president right underneath Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So when you get a guy like him involved, these are all different avenues. We know how competitive the NFL game is, you know, and you've got 53 guys that can make a roster. Only 44 of those guys are actually going to dress on game day. So there's a lot of other talented football players out there that still want to be able to continue the dream, continue pushing forward. So to have the USFL, to have the XFL, to be able to have an opportunity for these guys to still compete, make a living. You know, it's not your multi-million-dollar salaries like you see in the NFL, but maybe, and I'd love to see the numbers. How many of these guys are getting picked up by the NFL? I mean, if you want to call it a farm team, if you want to call it minor league football, so to say, well, so be it. But it's professional football, and it's giving these guys a chance to get some tape out there for NFL scouts, GMs, coaches to be able to see. So I think it's great all the way around. And I went out there and I ran a mile this morning, partner. Did a couple push-ups and some sit-ups. So maybe if they need an offensive guard or tackle, I'll be ready to go.
Let's go.
Put me in, coach.
72 coming out of retirement for whoever the team's going to be. That should be fun. Big announcement tomorrow coming for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. All right, third quarter action as we get ready here from GlenOak. Bulldogs in the Gold Eagles, GlenOak in the white. Bulldogs in the traveling black tonight. Pass down low, shot turnaround up, no good by McClellan. Thought that baby was going to go on through, but it spun out on him. 30 seconds gone by here in the third quarter. 25-15, McKinley by 10. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing with you right now on the Stark Media YouTube channel. Hello to all of you out there listening to tonight's game. Pass down low for Zerger. Off of Ben Davis. It'll go out of bounds. Back to the Bulldogs. 7:08 to go in the third quarter. Pups up by 10, 25-15. Again, Louisville all over Marlington tonight, 91-51. We had a couple other Fed League scores. We'll get those updated for you here in the next 5 minutes or so. And don't forget, Friday we'll be at Lake, Green and Lake, 99.7 FM with the free iHeartRadio app. The Stark Media Game of the Week.
You may or may not have the shooter back. We'll see. I'll tell you what, we got to give him a shout out, man. Enjoying some Las Vegas time.
Oh yeah, hitting those meetings hard, I bet. Foster goes inside and throws it off the window and scores. Other end of the floor, nobody there except the Bulldog. So here comes McKinley right to left now, looking to add to their 12-point lead, 27-15. 6:25 third quarter play as we bring it to you courtside here from GlenOak tonight. Zerger now gonna pop out on McClellan. McClellan guarded by Zerger, trying to go around him, and he finally does. Foul line extended, little Euro step down low for Sims. Pops it up and in with the right hand and scores. And Rick Hairston has no choice but to call a timeout. Wow, 6:05 to go in the third. Bulldogs have opened it up to a 14-point lead at 29-15.
McNeill & Sons Tree Service, located in the Portage Lakes. They are fast, reliable, and affordable, and they will leave your property in better shape than it was before. Don't let those trees that are out of reach get too close to your home and auto. Contact the professionals at McNeill & Sons and ask for Tom McNeill at 330-606-1126. Get a free quote, and they'll consult you on your tree health and help your property maintain its integrity. I can tell you, partner, as my wife and I and daughter, we moved into our new place about a year or two ago, and we looked at getting some trees removed. I don't know if you've ever been down that road before, but it's expensive, very expensive.
And messy.
And it's messy. And
sometimes
it's also
it can become an annoyance.
Can be a very lengthy process.
Yes.
So reach out to McNeill & Sons Tree Service. They'll get to you quick. They won't leave you hanging for a couple months. They'll be there next day, and they will take care of you.
Trayshawn Foster gets away from the ball, foul called here in the backcourt. 6:02 third quarter. McKinley 29, McKinley 15. Federal League official had to step in and call him a couple. As soon as the official walks away, they start bumping into each other again. Scott and Foster were going at it.
Love Trayshawn Foster's game, man. You know what? He's a competitor.
So Scott across the timeline for the Golden Eagles in the all-whites. Zerger on the baseline, put it up, no, got it back. Blocked right back to him to Graham. Jaleel in transition, dumps it off for Foster. The ball goes out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Golden Eagles. GlenOak still sitting on 15. It's 29-15 McKinley. Eagles were down at the break by 10, 25-15. Little token pressure by the Pups, and now they'll back off as Scott will bring it across the timeline. Scott between the circles on Foster. 5:35 third quarter. 29-15 Pups by 14. Zerger on the wing. Reese brings it out about 25 feet away, trying to make his move to the right wing. Gets it to Scott. Scott, a little floater in the paint, got poked away by McClellan. Transition the other way. Jaleel Graham will drive and lay it up and in. I'm going to tell you what, TJ, this is getting out of hand. Graham, another rebound, puts it right back up and in off of a steal. He's got 6. Oh, my goodness. 33-15 McKinley. 5 minutes to go in the third quarter here at GlenOak. A very quiet partisan crowd right now for the home team. Scott gets it out on top to Davis. Ben spins in the paint, beats the triple team, put up a shot, no good. The rebound ripped out of there by McClellan. Well, I don't know if McKinley has played this well all season, as well as they're playing right now. Foster across the timeline, guarded by Broom. Foster comes to a stop, out on top to McClellan. 4.5 to go, third quarter. McClellan on Zerger. McClellan beats him off the dribble. Whistle, foul, GlenOak. And it's going to be on Reese Zerger. That'll be his first. So McElroy, Ashcraft, Hill, and who else is coming in there? McElroy, Hill, Ashcraft. I missed somebody. Robinson. Pups with the ball. Pass down low for Foster. Got stolen away by McElroy. McElroy in a hurry to the other end of the floor. Dumps a pass off. Shot put up. No good. Blocked by McClellan. Big, strong rebound. And now a foul is called on the Golden Eagles. TJ McKinley is just playing at a very high level. Both ends of the floor, whether it's half-court set, whether it's transition coming off of a turnover. I don't know if GlenOak will have an answer if McKinley keeps playing the way they're playing right now.
Well, the one answer would be getting the 3-ball going here, but we haven't seen it. We haven't seen it from Broom. We haven't seen it from any of these guys. You know, to be able to come back from this here, you're going to have to really get dialed in. Got a score update for you. At the end of 3, Green leading Hoover 34-31.
Tight one there. McClellan to Reed Sims Jr. Sims between the circles. 3:50 clock runs in the third quarter of play. 33-15 our score. Sims to the line, Sims to the lane, puts it up. No, but he got fouled. Sims will go to the free throw line. McKinley up by 18 and 3:45 to go in this third quarter of play. Tonight's game presented by the Eagles, FOE 190 in downtown Massillon and the Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company. Stick around after tonight's game. The Spirit of Stark post-game show. Sims line left, free throw up, in and out, no good. So Reed will try it again. Reed Sims Jr., 10 points on the night for the Bulldogs. Second one on the way. It is up, it is good. So Reed with 11. McKinley's biggest lead of the night, 19 big ones, 34-15 Bulldogs. 3:39, clock runs in the third quarter of play. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing with you tonight on the Stark Media YouTube channel. Ashcraft in the paint, beat a triple team, hangs it up on the glass to rim it in, and he's fouled. So that will temporarily stop the bleeding. McKinley, that is GlenOak's first points here in the third quarter. It took them almost 5 minutes to get on the board. So Ashcraft with 2, he'll look for 3 at the line.
You know, it's always a little tougher, too, when you do something like that in front of your home crowd. You know, you're just struggling. You can't get anything to fall, and you have no crowd that's into it.
Nope. Here comes Jaleel Graham. Bulldogs want to run. Graham inside, lost the ball, scooped it up on the rim. No. Foster had it go off his hands and out of bounds back to GlenOak. 3:20 in the third. It's a 17-point Canton McKinley lead. GlenOak 5-2 in the Federal League. McKinley 4-4. Remember, the Eagles beat the Bulldogs at the Fieldhouse in the first round. So a little payback tonight here for McKinley. Yeah, we mentioned a couple of times tonight all the football players coming on and trying to get their legs under them. And who knows that by the end of the year, this could be a very dangerous team. Ball comes into Lipkins. Jacory will bring it across the timeline. Deep on the left wing. He's picked up by Moody. 3:10, third quarter. Eagles with the basketball, but they are down big, 34-17, and an offensive foul is called on the Golden Eagles. That's going to be a moving screen. That's called on the Couture Ashcraft, and the ball goes back to McKinley. Don't forget to follow us on all the social media platforms all season long. Down low, Moody with the left hand got hammered, and he is fouled. And now a little pushing and shoving on the baseline. The officials have to step in. That was a pretty rough foul, I got to tell you. Pretty strong foul there by Robinson, but they may have caught the reactee. So Johnson gets the foul. So at the free throw line is going to be, well, let's see here.
Trying to get it all figured out.
Officials are going to huddle up now. They're going to send both teams off to their respective sidelines. McKinley to the left and GlenOak down to our right. That was a rough foul.
Yeah, you know when you.
I mean, he almost could have called.
He could have made
I don't know what the flagrant would be at the high school level,
bit worse.
But that was a little rough. And then Moody was down on the ground trying to get up, and another Eagle player came over and kind of chest bumped another Bulldog player, and then that's when the officials had to step in. And I believe I'm not sure if they teed somebody up. They may have, I don't know. But I do know that the personal foul was on Robinson. After that, we're kind of waiting for the officials to tell us what's going on.
Hey, partner, while we have a little bit of a break here, let's talk about some girls basketball here in the Federal League. And shout out, since we got McKinley here in front of us, to Paris Stokes, going over 1,000 points for her career the other night. That's a special achievement, so shout out to that young lady and what she's brought to her pups basketball team. But when you look through Federal League standings.
Big meeting. See if you can eavesdrop over there. Rick Hairston, Andy Vlakovich talking to one of our officials. .258 to go in the third quarter. 36-17. McKinley with a big 19.
No technical fouls. No technical fouls.
Okay.
We're just going to have a shooting. So, and I don't know. I think Andy's still looking for some words here, but Coach Harrison seemed good with it walking away. But, yeah, I'll tell you what, the girls here, when you look at the Federal League standings, Green is in first at 8-1 inside of the league. McKinley at 2 at 8-2. Jackson at 3. 4 is Lake. 5, Perry at 3 and 6. Hoover and GlenOak round out the bottom part of the league. So shout out to the girls getting it done this year. And, again, shout out to Paris Stokes.
Speaking of girls basketball, women's basketball, Ohio State 19-0, lost their first game to the Iowa Hawkeyes last night. Caitlin Clark was unbelievable for the Lady Hawkeyes last night, but Buckeyes are still a top 2 team. They're 19-1 in the year. Free throw rolls up and in for Moody. 37-17 the score, and for Moody, that's his 8th point of the night.
39-35, Jackson lead at the end of 3 over Lake.
So tight one there. Lipkins forces up the line driver on the left elbow, is up and good. And believe it or not, that's Lipkins' first points of the night.
Wow.
Coming at 2:40 in the third quarter. 37-19 McKinley. Moody and the Bulldogs break the press. Moody fade away on the baseline. No. Foster from behind blocked it, but it goes all the way down to McElroy. Other end of the floor, he will drive. Lost control of the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Back to McKinley. What a great hustle play by McClellan for the Bulldogs. You may have hurt his hamstring there.
A little right hamstring.
So he will immediately come out, and Weldon will check in for the Bulldogs. 2:27, third quarter, McKinley 37-19. Here come the Bulldogs now. Across the timeline to Weldon, right wing, out on top to Foster. Trayshawn into the paint, little hopper, put it off the rim, no, and he'll shoot two, line left. 2:17, third quarter. I will tell you this, the officials now are going to have to keep a very close eye. It's starting to get real physical now, especially on fouls. There seems to be some congregating by the players after the foul is called, so the officials are going to have to stay on top of things. Foster free throw is good. He's got 5.
Let's just call it what it is, partner. I mean, there's been some issues here on this campus before when the Bulldogs and the Golden Eagles have gotten together. This goes back all the way to football season, so I know that everybody's going to kind of have their ears perked a little bit more.
2:12 in the third quarter of play. 39-19, McKinley by 10. McElroy to the top of the key. Goes all the way down the paint. Out of control, but he got bailed out as a blocking foul has been called on Jaleel Graham. Well, I just looked up at the board here. GlenOak's got 6 fouls. One more, and McKinley will be in the 1-1 the rest of the night.
Wow.
2:06 in the third quarter, a 20-point lead for the Bulldogs. Again, don't forget to follow us on all the social media platforms. Hashtag Stark Media Team on Instagram and Twitter at Stark Media Team. The Stark Media YouTube channel, you're with us there right now. And, of course, the Stark Media Facebook page. Hey, we're climbing there, almost 3,600.
Yes, sir.
Followers and folks that are enjoying the great content. So make sure you check us out. Lots of good stuff going up every day all along the Stark Media social media platforms.
Another score update for you. Dover all over Perry, 56-27.
Rough year for Mickey Saban and the Panthers. Of course, they lost Xander due to a broken wrist. It's been a rough year for the Panthers. Weldon deep on the baseline, throws it all the way out on top to Jaleel Graham. Under 2 to go in this third quarter. This third quarter has taken a long time. 39-20, McKinley by 19. And we are sitting right underneath one of the coldest air conditioning ducts in Stark County. I mean, it is freezing in here right now. Graham underneath the basket, put it up and in with a right hand and scored. So Jaleel with 8, 41-20, the Pups by 21. Eagles with a rock and a $1.25 to go in the third. Screen by Robinson. Lipkins goes around it, gets it on the right side. That's Hill. Got cut off, turns, fades, floats from 6. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound by Ashcraft, put it right back up and in. So Couture Ashcraft with his 4th point of the night. Bulldogs want to run now. Graham at the other end of the floor, blows by everybody, gets the ball into the corner, and it goes out of bounds. Who are they going to give it to? That should be McKinley ball, I think. Coach Vlahovic is about to have a fit. I think they missed that one. And the ball goes back to GlenOak. Under a minute to go in the third. The Bulldogs 41-22. Now it's 41-25 as Lipkins hits one from downtown. Other end of the floor, run, stun, shot up by Moody, no, with the rebound picked off by Graham. Jaleel circles the hoop, and he'll bring it out on top for Coach Vlahovic. Left side pass to Williams. Guarded by Ashcraft. Eagles put on the triple team. Boy, somebody's got to be open. Graham, no look pass to Foster. Trayshawn double pump, floats it up and in and scores. Trayshawn Foster with 8. Other end of the floor, McElroy skidded to a stop as he slipped on the wet floor and went down. And the ball went out of bounds, but a foul was called. Called that one on Trayshawn Foster. 20. I got to tell you, I think this crew has fumbled a couple of calls here the last couple of times down the floor. 43-25, McKinley by 18. 21 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. McClellan back in, got that hammy loosened up, and he's out there back on the floor. McElroy will trigger for the Golden Eagles. Looking to get the ball inbound. Looking. Throws it way out in the backcourt. Almost stolen by Moody. Now Lipkins gathers it. 16 seconds to go in the third. Jacoy Lipkins will bring it across the timeline. Lipkins with 9. Gets a screen. Lipkins for 3. Back to the rim, too strong. Loose on the floor. McElroy gets it. Step back 3. No good. Follow is up by Lipkins. No, and that'll do it for the third quarter here at GlenOak. Kent McKinley in command right now. The Bulldogs 43 and the GlenOak Golden Eagles 25.
Let's talk about our friends at the Leathernecks Nation MC alongside the Sam Center and Save22.vet, because the battle for veterans continues even after they've returned home from war, fighting PTSD, health battles, suicidal thoughts, and more. Every day, 22 veterans commit suicide, losing their battle against their demons, and Tom Indorf, founder of Save22, Tim Arnold, David Cunningham, and all with the Leathernecks Nation MC and our friends, Dave and Brian Bowman, along with Lucia at the Sam Center, are standing up for their fellow soldiers. Save22 Veterans, founded in Carrollton, serves as a resource for veterans, first responders, and those in need alike, focusing on veteran suicide prevention and awareness locally and beyond. Save22, a veteran-run organization, offers a number of veteran therapy programs, from professional racing, fishing, camping and outdoor adventures, or a shoulder to lean on and an ear to listen. For more information, visit their website at save22.vet or follow Save22 on social media by searching Save22-Veterans. Boy, I'll tell you what, nothing more important to us than our military. You know, the sacrifices those men and women have made, and to be able to get behind something like that. You know, we talked about our starting lineups coming from the SAM Center, serving area military, and every other Friday throughout the month, they donate over 6,000 pounds of food to veteran families in need.
Think about that. That is incredible.
A lot of food.
Shot by Reed Sims off the rim, no good. Volleyball out of bounds. It'll stay with McKinley. Final score, Green holds off Hoover tonight. Green 49, North Canton 45. We'll see Green Friday night against Lake. 7:30, 99.7, and the free iHeart Radio app.
See if the Blue Streaks can pull one off tonight against Jackson. That'll set up a pretty nice matchup.
And of course, they're coming off that rough loss for them at home against McKinley last Friday. Something going on over there in the student section.
Oh, yeah.
Just a couple of GlenOak administrators over there, somebody with a walkie-talkie. They keep looking up in the stands and pointing at somebody or a group of people. I don't know if things were being thrown or things were being said. I don't know, but they're looking at that over there.
I'll tell you the last thing you want to have happen. You don't want Scott Garcia coming up and all that. No. And the old AD, the old ball coach, man, still can carry his own.
He's down there getting the 4-1-1. All right, here we go. Fourth quarter back in session. 43-25 in favor of McKinley. It's been all Bulldogs. 13-5 after one, 25-15 at the break, 43-25 after the 3. Graham went flying to the hoop. Ball taken away. McElroy at the other end of the floor puts it up and in with the right hand. And what have we got now? Technical foul on McElroy. I think there was a little bit of taunting going on after the basket. And McKinley will shoot the Tech line left. That'll be Reed Sims Jr. So that's a buzzer move there. McElroy will come out, and Bryce Broom will come in for the Golden Eagles. Sims' free throw is up and good. Reed having a night. He's got 12. One more coming on this technical foul.
He's looking to get that electric player of the game.
He's been coming on as of late.
Yeah.
Good stroke at the free throw line. Sims has got 13. So Bryce Broom will come in, and McElroy will sit down. Here comes Kenny Scott in for the Golden Eagles. He will replace Couture Ashcraft. Boy, the substitution train continues. Ben Davis is in, and Hill will sit down. Bryson Hill. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing with you here on the Stark Media YouTube channel. Courtside at GlenOak on this Tuesday night. 45-27, McKinley by 18. They got a stranglehold on this one. 7:09 left to go in the game. That is McClellan. Got bumped a couple of times, but held on to the ball. Gets it back out on top to Trayshawn Foster. Foster guarded by Lipkins. Foster a little step back. Ja'Cory stays with him. 6:53 clock running in the game. Foster left to the key. Gets it back out on top to McClellan. Bulldogs trying to run a little clock now with a big lead. McClellan, foul line extended. Pivots, spins, way out on top to Jaleel Graham. Graham, right, floater, 6, beauty. Jaleel Graham in double figures with 10. 20-point lead by the McKinley Bulldogs. 67, check it, 47-27. 6:27 to go in the game. Ben Davis on the right side. Out up behind the three-point line. Davis gets it off to Kenny Scott. Scott left wing to Davis, thought about a three. Into the corner for Broom. Bryce around the screen, nobody home on the roll. Bryce will bring it to the top of the key now. Zerger from three, back to the rim, do good. Rebound picked up by Graham. So another swiping rebound by Jaleel. Under 6 to go in this one. All Bulldogs here tonight, 47-27. Little floater by McClellan, up and in with the right hand and score it. McClellan with his 6th point of the night. 22-point lead now for McKinley. Ben Davis got fouled by Reed Sims Jr. And on Reed, that will be his 3rd personal foul.
You know, Sam, the thing that really sticks out to me, though, is Bryce Broom. You know, the impact that he's had as a young sophomore, only 3 points in this ball game. You know, we talked about that 3 ball. It's really outside of the one, I believe, that Lipkins was able to drain. Yeah. It's been non-existent for the Golden Eagles tonight.
They haven't even been comfortable enough to shoot threes. McKinley has been in their grill all night long. Davis has got one more coming. He missed the first one. Second one on the way. That one is good. So Ben Davis with his 3rd point of the night. 5 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in this one. 49-28. Kent McKinney with a 21-point lead in the ball. McClellan gets it off to Jaleel Graham, guarded by Lipkins. Jaleel comes to a stop, gets it back out on top. 5:27 to go. Splitting the double team, McClellan. Ball goes into the corner. Foster to Moody, and the Pups will run some more clock. 5:17. Playing really smart ball right now. Graham into the paint, little floater, up, no, rebound picked off by Zerger. That's a good shot there, you gotta take it. Kenny Scott at the other end of the floor to Reese, back to Kenny. Fumbled the ball on the give and go, loose on the floor, bodies all over the deck, picked up by Davis. Bodies still on the floor. Zerger picks it up and pops it in. Reese with his 6th point of the night. How about that tip pass by Jaleel Graham right back into the hands of Foster, but they're gonna call a travel on McKinley with 4:53 left. Tonight's game on the Stark Media YouTube channel brought to you in part by C.H. Vallos and Associates, McNeill and Sons Tree Service, Lindseys Pizza, FinallyHereOhio.com, by the Spirit of Stark and Leathernecks Nation MC, the Sam Center, and Save22.vet. Lipkins with a beautiful move on the right wing as one of the Bulldogs hit the deck. And that foul is going to be called on Moody. That's his 6th team foul on McKinley. 4:47 left. It's all Pups. 49-30 here at GlenOak. Green Lake Friday night. 99.7 FM of the iHeart Radio app. Kenny Scott swooping down the baseline. Flips up and in for his 7th point of the night. 17-point lead now for the Bulldogs as they break the press. Here comes Reed Sims. Reed all the way down. Ball got poked out of bounds, but not before a foul was called. That GlenOak foul is going to be on
Kenny Scott.
Kenny Scott. All right. That'll be. They gave that to the wrong guy on the scoreboard. Reed Sims Jr. free throw is good. So Sims with 14 make it 50-32 in favor of the Kent McKinley Bulldogs. Sam Bourquin, TJ Downing, good to be with you here on this Tuesday night. Second free throw follows the first one, up and good. So Reed Sims Jr. with a big night tonight. Lipkins at the other end, fades it off the glass. No, with a left-handed shot in the baseline, no good. Rebound by Sims. Reed across the timeline to the right wing. Sims holds it up now. Gets it out on top to McClellan, and with 4:15 to go, the Pups with the ball and a big 19-point lead. 51-32 Bulldogs. Jalil aside to McClellan all by himself as Mooney. Down low to Sims. Double pump, puts it up and in. Boy, Reed Sims Jr. with 17 points tonight. Having a night for Coach Vlahovic. 53-32 Pups. Down low, Scott up off the glass. The rim, no. Rebound, Lipkins put it up, put it in, and he is fouled. So Lipkins for 7. He'll look for 8 at the line. 3:48 to go in the game. 53-32 our score. Scoreboard update. Another rough night for the Buckeyes. 8 minutes to go in Champaign. Illinois 60, Ohio State 47. Halftime at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks lead the Cavaliers 53-51. Donovan Mitchell back tonight for the Cavaliers. Jared Allen with 16 points tonight. Free throw up and good. So 53-35 as Lipkins completes the conventional three-point play. Ball goes out of bounds here at half court. 3:44 left, 53-34, McKinley by 19, and a timeout is called. So we'll break. 3:44 left to go in this one. It's all McKinley. Bulldogs 53 and GlenOak 35. It's a full timeout.
Remember, when you're looking for your post-game pizza or a meal here in the area, you need to call our guy John Lindsay at Lindseys Pizza. Lindseys Pizza, located inside the Hillsdale Shopping Center at 2827 Whipple Avenue in Canton. Call them at 330-477-3800 or order online at lindseys.pizza.com. They're open until 11. Pizza, chicken, subs, salads, calzones, and strombolis. They are the preferred post-game pizza of the Stark Media team and the perfect game day food. So don't forget, when you're looking to order that pizza, get some chicken, whatever it may be, contact Lindseys Pizza at 477-3800 or order online at lindseys.pizza.com.
Shout out to our man, John Lindsay.
The legend.
Works hard, man.
Sure does. I'll tell you what, he's in there 5, 6 in the morning every day.
Got a great crew over there, too, that works for him. Ball inbounded, and it's stolen away. Picked up by Ben Davis. Goes around to Reed Sims, down to Broom. Bryce forgot the pumpkin, and it goes out of bounds. Back to McKinley. 3:38 to go in this one. Bulldogs 53 and the Golden Eagles 35. Ball inbounded, and we got a foul. So we are going to march to the free throw line with 3:38 left, 18-point lead for the Bulldogs. Stick around after tonight's game. That's the Spirit of Stark postgame show, and we will be delivering our Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company player of the game. I think I got a pretty good idea who that might be.
Yep, I'm leaning the same direction, partner. But the entire Bulldogs team for this effort, I'll tell you what.
Graham line left, free throw, in and out, no good. Rebound picked up by Ben Davis. 3:35 left to go here. Ben deep on the left wing, out on top Lipkins. Fakes right, goes left, step back, 10 or 15-footer hit the glass. Picked up by Graham. Pups in transition, Jalil line, lane, floater, rim it in. Jalil Graham, so good in transition, such great body control. Here comes McElroy at the other end of the floor for Rick Hairston's Eagles, who have had a rough night tonight. 3:10 left to go. Shot by McElroy, nobody's fouled. 55-35, McKinley by 20. And the Bulldog foul is going to be called on McClellan. That's his second personal foul. So the Bulldogs going to exact a little revenge here tonight after losing to GlenOak at the Fieldhouse earlier in the season. Roman Woods is in for the Golden Eagles, wearing number 14, his first action of the night. Lake and Green, Friday night, 99.7 FM and the free iHeart Radio app. Join us. Stark Media Friday night game of the week. McElroy's free throw is good.
You got to tell me, partner, how was that Baseball Hall of Fame induction? that class that you talked about, man.
That was really neat. That was
our guy Mike Munson. I'm sure there was a party back at Tugboats.
That was a great class. All great speeches by everybody. Steele at the other end of the floor. McElroy put it up no good. He got fouled. Sold out crowd at the Prestwick Country Club. They had to turn people away that wanted tickets earlier in the day and at night. They had to turn folks away.
A shout out to my good buddy and your family member, Ronnie Bourquin.
That's right, Ron. You know what? I got the program here. We might as well shout out those Hall of Fame members with a 20-point game here. See, we're always prepared here, no matter what's going on.
Hey, we used to do Mount Union games together, man. We know
we
know
are
the definition
kings
of filler.
Killing time, killing. Oh my gosh, you're not kidding. Another foul. This is going to be a free throw contest the rest of the night. All right, here we go. Congratulations to the class of 2023, the Stark County Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Ronnie Bourquin, Kurt Davidson, Andy Horonic, Matt Lorenzo, Josh Maley, Michael Munson, Sean Nottingham, Jason Patton, Kyle Smith, Chad Wagler, and the 2011 Central Catholic State Championship baseball team. That is a group right there.
And you got to give me the stat again. Did you say how many of those guys signed pro contracts?
5 or 6 signed pro, and
wow.
and got a lot of, you know. Ronnie signed with the Detroit Tigers. Kurt Davidson, 40, check it, 56-40. McElroy gets a steal in the backcourt, put up a floater, no, got his own rebound, they put it right back up and in. Well, McElroy's out there competing. He's got 10. .229 to go in the game, and all of a sudden it's a 14-point contest. And a timeout has been taken, and I think it's going to be a full timeout taken by the Camp McKinley Bulldogs. Yeah, we had a great time, though. Very honored to MC that event again this past Saturday night. Looking forward again to next January when they put in another class for the Stark County Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame.
I'm sure that'd be pretty cool for you too, being a Central grad, to see that it was the 2011 team, the state championship team, to, you know, be around those guys, the great baseball player that you were, and you know, to see the green and white. I know that Trucker Linda Smith, he was in the house, right?
He was in the house. Coach Mazzarelli, of course, Doug Miller, who coached that team.
What's he call you? The big
the
right.
Big right-hander.
Big right-hander.
Central Catholic, of course, 3 state championships now in high school baseball. GlenOak's got 2. They went back-to-back under Joe Gilhousen back in the day. All right, here we go. Can the Bulldogs finish it up? 2.5 to go in the game. 56-42, Bulldogs by 14. They were up by 22. Steal by McElroy. Saves it into Davis. Oh, my goodness. Ben Davis gets away from 2 Bulldogs in the backcourt. Eagles with the ball. Ashcraft hooks the pass underneath. Shot up. No. Rebound Davis. No. Davis followed it up. No. Got his own rebound in the corner. Shoots to 3. No. Rebound. Ashcraft got it. Couture inside. Puts it up and in. Are you kidding me right now?
Little life.
56-44. The lead has been whacked down to 12 and a foul on McElroy. As Moody got forced about 8 rows up the stands, and when he comes back down, who was waiting on him? McElroy from GlenOak slapped him 5 and said, "Good hustle, young man." Love to see that sportsmanship right there. So $1:57 left to go in the game. It's 56-44, McKinley by 12. Partner, we're going to have 20-plus fouls called in this second half.
It's the most fight the Golden Eagles have shown all night.
And if this keeps up, it is going to severely cut into my lap swimming at the Y tonight. Free throw up and no good by Moody.
So you're going to join CH Vallos and Associates for the executive treatment over there, right? That's steam, sauna. Wrap it up.
The tradition continues. I walk in there about 9:10 every night, and he's just wrapping up his hard workout. Shout out to Chris. 57-44, McElroy at the other end for GlenOak. Little Euro step, dipsy-do, put it up, no good. And what do we got? A technical foul. I think this is going to be on McClellan. Yep.
Damn.
So Dante McClellan picked up a technical foul. 1:48 to go in the game. It's a 57-44 McKinley lead, but the Eagles are back at the free throw line. McElroy free throw is good. I'll tell you what, he went from 3 points to 11 points in a real big hurry. 12-point game now, McKinley leads it. McElroy line right, second one. That one's good. McElroy with 12. I'm going to tell you what, partner. They get a 3-ball here. It's an 8-point game with 1:40 to go. This thing it's not over yet.
Yeah, Coach Andy's not happy with Dante McClellan with that technical foul. You got to think. You got to be smarter.
Composure. Down low, Kenny Scott. Up and in and a foul. Oh, my goodness. Kenny Scott with the free throw on the beautiful dish up top. It's a 57-48 game. The foul is on Moody. And Scott with 9. He's looking for 10 at the free throw line. Folks, you may want to tell some of your basketball friends and fans that maybe were listening earlier and checked out with us, you better tell them to check back in. We got a game with 1:38 to go. Free throw, no good. Rebound picked up by Williams in the corner. Throws it down to Moody. Jason Moody going to go all the way down and lay it up and then with the left hand and score. That was a big momentum boost for the Bulldogs. Moody with 10. Here comes the Eagles. Down by 11. Scott from 15 feet hit the glass. Rebound. Moody hits the deck. And I think maybe GlenOak may have just lost the real good opportunity there to really make this exciting with 1:20 to go. I mean, that was a 23-point game. They got it down to 11 and had the ball.
Yeah, that last missed free throw for the Golden Eagles, that kind of hurt right there. If they could have dropped that thing in there and gotten a steal, you saw some of the pressure that they were able to apply, and then the Bulldogs able to throw it down to the other end quickly.
Jason Moody with the free throw. He has got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the night. Boy, McKinley's got incredible balance tonight. Sims with 17, Graham with 12, Moody with 13. Foster chips in with 8. Pups 61-48 with 1:15 to go. Here come the Golden Eagles now. Ben Davis line. Ben Davis lane. Scoops it over to Woods. Put up the 15-footer baseline. No. Kenny Scott got the offensive rebound. Put it up. No. Ben Davis got the rebound. Put it up. No. Loose on the floor. Picked up by Scott and put it in. Boy, they are fighting to the bitter end. Timeout taken by GlenOak. It's a full with 1:01 left to go in the game. Kent McKinley 61 and the GlenOak Golden Eagles 50. Partner.
Remember, when you're in downtown Massillon, stop by and see our friends at the Eagles FOE 190, located at 303 Wyrick Boulevard Northwest. You can contact them at 330-832-7385 or visit them online at eagles190.com. You go there, sign up, become a member, $20 for your application, $24 for the year, and become a part of a fraternity that donates over $100,000 a year to local charities. Great food and drink specials, also an event center, a banquet room that can host your party, your next event for up to 400 people. All you got to do, stop down to the Eagles FOE 190 in downtown Massillon. They're open 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, and 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Sunday. Go over, check them out, and become part of a phenomenal group right there in downtown Massillon with the Eagles FOE 190. We thank them for all that they do for us here at Stark Media.
303 Wyrick Boulevard in downtown Massillon.
Your good times destination.
Telling you what. McKinley get the ball in now. Moody to Graham. Under a minute to go. Jaleel, lane, brings it back out on top. Smart play there by the Bulldogs. Pass on the left side to Williams. McKinley's got the ball and a big lead, 11 points, 61-50 with 47 seconds to go. Boy, I'm telling you what, man, this basketball is a physical game. Ashcraft and Woods were like the flippers on the bumpers on a pinball table, and Foster was the pinball.
The hardwood is unforgiving, partner.
Wow. Trayshawn line left. He's got 2 free throws coming. McKinley leads it by 11, 46 seconds to go in the game. Foster line left. Free throw is good. Trayshawn Foster with 9. Bulldogs 62, GlenOak 50. Had a 23-point lead at one point. Whacked it down to 11. Foster hits both free throws. He's in double figures with 10. 43 seconds to go. McKinley by 13. McElroy in the left wing. Goes down the lane. Scoops it up on the rim. No. Scott got the rebound. Put it up and in. He has been a terror on the boards for GlenOak tonight. Kenny Scotty's got 13. But it's going to be too little too late. Bulldogs with the ball in a lead. Reed Sims Jr. goes to the glass and scores. Reed Sims Jr. with 19. 18 seconds left to go. 50, 65, 52. McKinley by 13. McElroy splits a double team. Goes into the paint. Scoops it off the glass and scores. McElroy with 14. 6 seconds to go. Oh, my goodness. A foul. 4 seconds to go. It's an 11-point game, and the Bulldogs are on their way to a big road win tonight here at the home of the Golden Eagles on this Tuesday night. We will join you from Green Friday night, Lake and Green, 99.7 FM and the iHeart Radio app. Bulldogs looking to put the finishing touches on this one. Foster free throw is good.
Safe to say our electric player of the game, our Hilscher-Clarke electric player of the game is Reed Sims Jr.
Yes, sir. Free throw by Foster, no. Final 3 seconds off the clock. McElroy will go down the paint. That basket will not count, and that's the end of the ball game. Final score, the Kent McKinley Bulldogs 66, and the GlenOak Golden Eagles 54, as the coaches and players and teams will line up and shake hands here right in front of us.
As we take a little bit of a timeout here before we get Spirit of Stark post-game show underway, and we talk a little bit more about both these teams, this ball game, and Reed Sims Jr., our Hilscher-Clarke electric player of the game. We want to talk to you about all of our sponsors here at Stark Media. Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company, as we just mentioned, our presenting sponsor alongside the Eagles FOE 190, and also our sponsor for our player of the game, our electric player of the game. Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company, with locations all over Ohio. Their corporate office in downtown Canton at 519 4th Street Northwest. You can see everything that they do and offer on their website at www.hilscher-clarke.com. That's HILSCHER-CLARKE.com. Hilscher-Clarke is a local Stark County electrical contractor with more than 100 years of experience in the industrial, commercial, residential, and specialty markets. They have offices throughout Ohio, but have the capability to handle out-of-state work as well. They have done some huge projects around here, working alongside Facebook and Amazon, those huge facilities that go up, and also, not to mention, they have been boots on the ground since the opening shovel had hit the ground for Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, and they are still there over at the Hall of Fame Village, keeping the lights on. Make sure that you stop over and see Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company if you're looking for employment, if you are one of those young men or women coming into the trades. I know that the IBEW, they work hand in hand with Hilscher-Clarke, so make sure to go and see them. And when you're looking for a position, you're looking for a job in the electric field, go and see Hilscher-Clarke Electric Company. Again, call them at 452-9806 or stop and see them on their website at hilscherclarke.com. First things first, that's how they operate. That's the core of Hilscher-Clarke. That's faith, integrity, respect, selfless, and team. They live and conduct themselves on a daily basis by that mantra. Also, our friends at the Eagles FOE 190. Go over and check them out on their website at eagles190.com or call them at 832-7385 or stop downtown Massillon and see them at 303 Wyrick Boulevard Northwest. Love our friends over at the Eagles FOE 190 partner. I am now a card-carrying member. I was initiated just this past Monday the last Monday with my father. Great to be a part of that group, and we're going to push to have more people join that great organization there. Make sure to patronize all of our sponsors. McNeill & Sons Tree Service. You can call them at 606-1126. Lindseys Pizza, still open right now. It's 9 o'clock. You got 2 more hours. You can get a pizza. You can get chicken subs, salads, calzones, and strombolis from them by calling 477-3800 or going online at lindseys.pizza.com. Finally, HearOhio.com. Check them out. If you know anybody that struggles with hearing, go get a free hearing evaluation at finallyhearohio.com. And also our friends at Vallos and Associates. Make sure when you are looking for your home, auto, life, and financial service needs, contact them at 494-2776 or stop down at 1302 South Main Street in North Canton and see them. They will take care of you. You tell them that the Stark Media team sent you, and they have been a staple in the North Canton community for over 75 years, so they know what they're doing and they know how to take care of their people. Stop down and see Vallos and Associates. Want to give a special shout out again to our friends at the Sam Center, our friends at Save22.vet, and the Leathernecks Nation MC. And partner, as we get the Spirit of Stark post-game show underway, I'll tell you what, heck of a performance by our electric player of the game, Reed Sims Jr., our Hilscher-Clarke electric player of the game from start to finish. And really, I guess, as only just a sophomore on this team, he kind of handles the big man duties alongside Dante McClellan. Both those guys, they're 6'3", bodies out there on the floor. Dante's a little bit more of a speedster, can maneuver around and flex his muscle, a little bit thicker build than Reed Sims Jr., but with not having Sincere McNeill, I believe he's been out. I don't even know if he's playing anymore or not.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He was the last time I saw McKinley. Oh gosh, that was at the field house. It was a non-league game. You may have been there.
Yes.
With Lee and myself.
They played Brecksville.
Brecksville, yeah, and a game they lost, I think, by a handful. I think Sincere was playing that night, but maybe he hasn't played since, or maybe they were missing him that night. I can't remember right now, but, boy, I mean, if they had him to add to the mix they've got, you look at this team, Jaleel Graham, obviously a senior. You got to mix in with a sophomore, Dante McClellan. Trayshawn's a senior. Moody is a junior. Sims is a sophomore. I mean, you got some youngins and you got some veterans. And then you look at guys like Connor Weldon coming off bench, the senior. We saw Antonio Williams a little bit tonight. They got like a core of 8. I think that's where Coach Andy wants to keep it as far as the rotation goes. You got your 5 and you got 3 guys you're going to go to. But, hey, it's hard for me to believe McKinley's lost as many games as they have this year. But, again, maybe there will be clicking just about that time when it really counts. We'll see. All right. Before we get some final numbers here, check the scoreboard again. 49-45 Green beat Hoover tonight. Did not see a final on Lake Jackson. I am assuming that one is close to being done. If it is not done right now, we will certainly check on that for you. College hoops tonight. Ohio State was battling Illinois, and another tough night for the Buckeyes. They were getting hammered pretty good around the halftime mark. Let's check in now and get the latest there. 69-60 Illinois. It has just gone final in Champaign, so the Bucks drop another one. NBA at Madison Square Garden. Cavaliers lead the Knicks. 4 minutes to go in the third. 69-61. Let's see here. Other games that may matter in the college hoops as far as the top 25 is concerned. Miami, Florida beat Florida State 86-63. NC State beat Notre Dame 85-72. Arkansas beat LSU 60-40. Rutgers hammered Penn State 65-45. And that's it as far as your scoreboard is concerned. Quarter scores here. McKinley 13-5 after 1. Pups led 25-15 at the break. McKinley 43-25 after 3. And the Bulldogs go on to win it by 12 here at GlenOak by the score of 66-54.
Still looking for a final here for you, partner.
Haven't seen that one for Lake Jackson. Hey, they may be playing a little extra basketball. That was tight there in the third quarter. Or fourth quarter, I should say. Also, don't forget to join us Friday night. We'll be at Green, the Green Bulldogs, hosting the Lake Blue Streaks. That'll be around a 7:30 tip on 99.7 FM and, of course, the free iHeart Radio app. Don't forget Tuesdays are YouTube channel games, Stark Media YouTube games, and on Fridays it's Stark Media and iHeart Radio with 99.7 FM. All right, I think that is going to wrap it up. We're going to take one more swipe through and see if we can find a score, but it looks like we're going to have to wait.
Must be the snow. The snow blocked it out, I guess. It's coming for us.
All right. Big storm headed our way, allegedly. We'll see. It's supposed to start coming down about 3 a.m. It's going to be a quick one, though. Looks like 3 a.m. to 3 p.m., then it's going to be out of here. Then it rains, so could be a messy ride to work or school in the morning if the kids go. If not, go over to the Eagles.
Yep, there you go.
Downtown Massillon. Have a great day tomorrow.
There's a legend down there.
A lot of legends in the building here tonight.
Yes,
sir. And I am not one of them. All right, that's going to wrap it up. For my partner, TJ Downing, and the entire Stark Media crew, thanks for listening, everybody. Final score here tonight, Kent McKinley 56 and the GlenOak Golden Eagles 44. Sam Bourquin saying so long from GlenOak High School. You've been watching, you've been listening to the Stark Media YouTube channel, high school basketball game of the week. So long, everybody.